Good afternoon, everyone. A very happy Friday to all of you. This is Tikam Hera from EJ Services coming live today to assist you all with your queries and bring you a step closer to New Zealand. So I'll start my session by showing you all my license card. So this is the license that actually allows me to sit here and help you out with all your migration queries. So I got this license about in September last year, and since then I have been approved. Like I can, by authority, I can sit here and help you out with your queries. So while before we start with the session, let's just wait for my team to confirm if I'm loud and clear, and I hope there are not any internet issues. And once we get that confirmation, then we can probably start the session. So team, if you can confirm me if I'm loud and clear, and the live is on both Facebook and YouTube. Okay, while we wait for my team to confirm, we already have questions coming in, and someone also confirmed that I am audible and clear on FB. That is great. So we'll start with the live session. So I'll first talk about AJV. So AJV, as a team, we all look out for our clients. We try to do our best to provide them with the correct and useful information, which will actually help them choose the right pathway for their future. So when a client comes to us, we don't have a set pathway that we suggest all our clients to go to. We look at their profile, see what will be the best option for them, depending on their budget, the time frames that they have on themselves, and accordingly suggest them what pathway they should choose, or give them the options and let them choose that for themselves. So our idea is to let our clients know of all the right pathways that could help them and reach a good decision that will help them in New Zealand as well in their careers. So in our team, in AJV, we have 5 licensed immigration advisors, out of which Navya and I come online live every week. So alternatively, and we try to advise you and give you solve all your queries that you would require, or questions that you have in your mind that you want to move to New Zealand, or doubts, or anything that is stopping you from beginning your process to New Zealand. So on that note, let's talk about the topic for the day. So the topic for today's session is business and management courses. So business and management courses are the most popular courses that clients and students usually opt for, because obviously management roles are there all throughout every part of the industry. In whichever area you go to, there will be management requirements there. So business and management courses come quite useful in such areas. So I'll talk a little bit more about these courses, but let's just wait for a couple of people to join in, because I wouldn't want myself to be repeating the same thing again and again the entire time. So we'll wait for a little bit, and I will start talking about the business management courses then. So let me just, let's just see if everything is well and good on YouTube as well. Oh, also one more thing. So before I do actually start with the topic today, I am going to actually first, let me just give you all an update about what's happening in New Zealand as per the COVID situation. So as we know that the last update that we had got was from them making those actions a little bit lesser for the people who were New Zealand partners of New Zealand citizens and permanent residents. So the change in the instruction was that they are no longer required to travel with their partners. So if someone who has gained a partnership visa, so that is a visa based entirely on their partnership, or they have ordinarily been living in New Zealand, can travel to New Zealand, and they do not require to be traveling with their partner. So that is one major change that came recently in the last week. Other than that, there is one new epidemic management notice that came on 24th June. However, it does not suggest any changes for visa holders under the new EMN. So the new EMN that took effect, the first one that took effect was on 2nd April, which basically meant that all the work student, visitor, limited or interim visa holders who had an expiry date from 2nd April to 9 July had automatically gotten their visas extended till 25th September. So this EMN basically states that those visa extensions remain till 25th September. And although all those people who are falling under this category, and also the ones that who have their visas already valid till this time, are required to make their own plans of how they either plan to file a new application or they plan to depart New Zealand. So it's actually their responsibility to either plan to file a new visa application to maintain their lawful status in the country, or they should make plans to depart New Zealand. So this would be my request to all our clients who are based in New Zealand right now. If you are under one of this category, please get in touch with our team and choose the right way to go ahead, and they'll help you out which will be the best way forward for you. So this one new information that came in just today morning, and there is no particular any other update on border closure, when the borders are opening, when can we see students coming in. So we don't have any new information on that. However, when we do, we will let you know for sure. And we can see New Zealand going a little bit ahead slowly. And hopefully we will reach that point when international students will be allowed to travel, and eventually the other categories as well. So let's just say hopeful, and we'll just keep on looking at the government news and see whenever we get a new information, we will be the first one to let you know for sure. So this is the update on the COVID front. Now coming back to the business and management courses. So business and management students in New Zealand actually end up gaining a world-class education, which is globally recognized qualifications as well. What do they develop? So they develop very vital capability skills such as flexibility, teamwork, project management, which are very effective and useful in the Western business environments, and develop strong network of contacts. So if someone wants to be studying in New Zealand and graduating here, New Zealand is a great place to do business as well. If we look at the ease of doing business ranking for 2018, 19, and 2020, New Zealand actually topped these rankings. So the ease of doing business in ranking is New Zealand lands at the first, as the topmost country in this area. So then that itself shows that how starting your own business is quite easy in New Zealand, and will actually make you quite successful as well. The other index of economic freedom, which basically measures jurisdictions against each other in terms of trade freedom, tax burden, judicial effectiveness, and so on. In that as well, New Zealand ranked third out of the 42 countries on the Heritage Foundation Index of Economic Freedom in 2020. So these stats actually show how important and how career-wise it can be very successful for you to do these courses in New Zealand and establish yourself as a business person in New Zealand. So the top business schools in New Zealand, which are also AMBA accredited, AMBA actually denotes the highest standard of achievement in postgraduate business education. So I'm going to talk about a couple of business schools who are AMBA accredited, such as University of Auckland Business School, Auckland University of Technology Business School, Victoria University of Wellington, University of Otago, University of Canterbury, and University of Waikato. So all of these schools have their own business schools, which are AMBA accredited and are world-class business schools. Apart from these, there are a lot of IPTs and PTEs who also offer a lot of business subjects. So my suggestion would be, when you do plan to go for a business qualification, try to look at the subjects that you have in the course. Don't entirely base your decision on if it's university or an ITP or a PTE. Try to base your decision on what you want to study. What are the subjects that you want to study? What is the kind of role that you are looking at after completing your qualifications? And try to get a course that is an amalgamation of all of that, so that it actually helps you when you go and look for a job. So that would be my advice to you. While I have given you here the topmost schools, a lot of other colleges that provide world-class education and can give you a good knowledge in business and management. We'll move on from there to the kind of courses and what would be an approximate amount of cost that will be required to do these courses. Before I get on to that, let's just see if we have questions coming in. So we do have questions coming in on Facebook and YouTube both. So my request to all of you would be to please leave us your numbers while you're posting your questions. If we have any AJV students, can you please mention that you're working with us, you're AJVian, so that I can answer your queries. And all our new viewers, if you can please leave us your number so that I can answer your query in the first go. So yes, if I am sitting here and trying to provide you the free advice that I can give you in this 1 hour live session, the only thing in return that I would expect is if you can please provide us your numbers, and we'd be happy to help you out further. So before we go on to the questions, let's talk a little bit about the courses, the kind of courses that you can look at. So there are graduate courses, there are postgraduate courses, and there are also masters. Graduate courses will range about 16,000 New Zealand dollars to 20,000 New Zealand dollars. This is also subject to which college you're going to. So if you're going to ITP or PTs, the cost can be a little lesser. Masters, of course, can be a bit more. So I've given you a basic average cost of a GD course. For a postgraduate course, the cost can go from $20,000 to $30,000. Similarly, this is also subject to the college. If you're going to university or you're going to an ITP and PT, the costs can differ. Masters are usually 30,000 and above. So depending on it, also there are also a lot of specializations in these courses. So the cost can vary upon that as well. So I think the best forward would be that you get in touch with us. While all of this information, what I'm giving you, it's subject to a lot of different things, your profile, your past, so depending on your profile, your past qualifications, your work experience, you will choose the right course for yourself and where to go, and that will define the cost of your courses. So the cost can differ due to a lot of reasons. So speak to us, and then we'll be able to tell you about the cost of the courses and which course will be more suitable for you. So a couple of more famous courses that we have are Masters of Business from AUT. There's also Masters of Business in Unitech. Another is Masters of Business and Management in Waikato. There's a Masters of Global Business from AUT. And if I talk about a couple of postgraduate diplomas, would be in Business Administration from AUT, AIS, UC, that is University of Canterbury. Also, NMIT also offers a really good postgraduate course in international business. So there are a lot of options in business and management courses. So my suggestion would be to speak to us if this is something that you want your qualification in, if you are looking for a career in this area. So speak to us, and we will definitely guide you better and help you to choose the right course for you. So this is, business is actually a very vast subject, and it actually can be used in a lot of areas. That's why it's a very generic that a lot of people used to go for. So this was it for my end for the business courses. If you have any questions that you think I have the answers I've not provided in my explanation here, please feel free to leave us those questions, and I'll be happy to answer for you guys. So we'll move to the question and answers. Let's see if we have got any questions. Okay, is there any update from my team? Okay. Okay, so starting with the questions, we first have Naveed Akhtar, and he says, "Hi, ma'am. Hello, Naveed. Please leave us your question if you have any query." The next person is Butterfly. She says, "Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Butterfly." Amrita Bhatia. She says, "Wanted to know when will the New Zealand borders open up for international students?" Amrita, we in fact have a recent update, that is the Minister of Education Minister of Education Chris Hipkins has advised that the sector leaders that international students will not be returning at least in July and August this year, and they're trying new ways that they can make students enter by the end of this year and can have a better plan for the students coming next year. So let's be hopeful that by end of this year, we'll have a certainty of the students, at least the international students, being allowed to enter New Zealand. So that is the update from our end, but this is nothing that confirmed that we've received. So we'll just wait to hear from New Zealand government, and we'll let you know of any other further updates. Next question we have. So next question is from Rauf Malik. He says, "Mr. Jacob has confirmed that borders for international students will be closed till early 21. Please throw some light on it." Yes, Rahul, as I said, that the Minister of Education has suggested that by this, at least by July and August, students will not be able to enter in. However, they are looking at something to do by at least something that the international students can come in the country. So let's hold on tight, and we'll keep looking at the update, and we'll let you know. Adil Ahmed says, when they are going to start the skill select round again. Adil, we have no information of that as of now. When they do, we will post it on our Facebook group, and we will let you know about this. But right now, we have no update on this. I'm so sorry for not having any useful information to give you on this at this time. Hi, Prashant. I see you were also inquiring about an update on border restrictions. As I stated, that we don't have any information right now, hoping that by end of this year, things will settle down. So we will let you know once we know more. Thank you for your question. Next question is from Asjad Tariq. He says, "Is there any benefit of having an Australian degree?" Asjad, I'm not sure in which regards you're asking this question. So if you can specify what visa you're looking for in New Zealand, what area you want to work in New Zealand or study, and maybe I'll be able to help you out better. But definitely having a degree will help you anyways. So if you can just elaborate your question a little bit more, I'll be able to give you more specific answer. Thank you. Let's see if you have any questions on YouTube. Okay, so on YouTube, we have a question from Ayush Mathur. He says, "Hi, can you please tell me the scope of civil engineering in New Zealand?" Ayush, you have not confirmed to us if you're working with us or not. If you can either leave us your number or know that you're an HB student, I will answer your question promptly. So I'll wait for your number or your confirmation. And I'll move on to the next question till then. The next question is from Dominic, and he says November intake is possible to study here. Dominic, as of now, we don't think November intake will be possible. We are hoping for something in the next year, early next year. Hopefully, the Feb intake would be something that we're looking at. But we don't have any confirmation, so I will not give you any confirmation right now. But let's just hope things fall into place. Royston Vegas has left us his number, and his question is cost of living in New Zealand. Royston, depends on what you're going for. So if you're going for studying, you are required to show $15,000 for a year as your living cost. So I think taking that as an approximation, round figure would be the cost of living in New Zealand if you're a student. If you're working, obviously the cost of living can decrease because you're earning money as well in the country. So I would say the cost of living would be around 15,000 New Zealand dollars for a year. Saidi Kai has asked a question saying, how is the job market after masters in business management or as an international student after masters? Saili, you have not left us your number, so I'll wait for your number and I will answer this question for you then. Okay. Next question is from Mazhar Hussain, and he says, can you tell me about MS Biotech regarding PR? Mazhar, you have not left us your number, so I would request you to please leave us your number first, and I'll be happy to answer your question then. Everyone who is watching this live session and for the first time, please leave us your numbers, and I'll be happy to get back to your questions then. Team, if you can confirm to me if either of these clients are working with us so that without any delay, I can answer their questions. And my team can confirm me that they've got your number. No worries. They'll definitely try to get in touch with you. And just because you've shown interest, I will go ahead and answer your question. So your question is that how is the job market as an international student after masters? So definitely the market is good if you've done a qualification from New Zealand. Why it comes handy is that obviously once you've studied in New Zealand, you know about the culture there, you know about how things work around in New Zealand, and having a qualification from the same country will definitely give you a little bit of edge in New Zealand when it comes to looking for a job. So the job market can also depend on a lot of other criteria, like which area you're looking for a job in. Now, if you're trying to go for a business management course, it will be unlikely that you will straight away get a management position. Maybe the second best position, because if you look at it practically, someone will not be given a manager position when they have no work experience in that country itself. They don't know how people work in that country. So someone managing a team that has been in New Zealand forever, and someone and you're new to the country. So a manager position is something that maybe something that you will not go in the first try, but yes, you second best position and you can work your way up from there. So that would be my suggestion for business management jobs that you're looking for. That is how the market usually works in that area. However, there's definitely good pay in management areas. There's good pay. There are opportunities, and depends on what specific. If you're specializing in something, it gives you an edge as well. So speak to us, and probably we'll be able to give you more information then. Ashwin George says, "Where is AJ sir? Not seen him for a long time." I hope Arun is watching this video, and he can definitely he can see that his fans want him to come back. So maybe we can have one surprise session with him as well. But maybe he will be back soon, I guess, doing his seminars as well, sooner or later. So let's hope Arun is watching this and he will have much more to say about this. Moving on to the next questions. Okay, let me just check if I have any update from my team. Okay, so we don't have many questions coming in, so I'll just go ahead and answer a couple of questions for people who did not leave their number, hoping that they still are serious about their plans to New Zealand. So the question was there about MS Biotech regarding PR. So, Masa, the biotechnologist with bachelor degrees can actually earn up to 42 to 52,000 a year. And if you are someone who has a master's degree, they can earn up to 55 to 75,000 a year. So I think if you are looking for a qualification in that area, it's a very good area to get a qualification. And your PR points will depend on the level of qualification that you've completed. So if you completed masters, you get the highest points possible for it. Also the work experience and also the job offer. So if you are claiming residence on the basis of your job offer, then it's very likely that you will be meeting the minimum income requirement for the same. So yes, so if you're looking for something in this area, I think you should definitely go ahead and speak to us. So from your question, I'm actually not able to identify if you're looking to go for this course or you already have this degree with you. So if you can leave us your number, and my team can get in touch with you and speak to you about this further. Thank you for your question, Mazhar. Moving on to the next question. Paul Nambi says, I applied for quantity surveying at ARA for the Feb intake. Application is still in applied status. Any guess on how long it will take for the university to respond at the present situation? Paul, so they usually take about 2 to 3 weeks to respond. I'm not sure when did you apply, but I would suggest that maybe, I'm not sure if you're working with us or not. So if you're not working with us, I would request you to connect with your agent and ask them to write to the college and check with them by when can they give you a response. Thank you for your question. We'll move on to the next question. Ashwin George asked, will there be any change in the level 7 PGWP? I don't understand what really you're asking. If you're asking for a post-study work visa, which is going to be minimized to 1 year from December 21. So right now, we don't know if there's going to be any change to the current instructions. Whatever the current instructions are right now, they are in place. We have not heard about any changes further than this. So I think stay tuned. If there are any changes, we'll definitely let you know. But as of now, the instructions remain the same. So next question we have on Facebook is from Nidhi Azhar, and she says, "Hi, I'm an Nigerian. I had applied for PGD in Business and Management at AUT, but I got rejected, stating that I have already done my MCom in Management from India, and I had similar subjects. I was very much interested in that course, and also the subjects. Okay, it's a big question. Also, the subjects were of my interest. Is there any way I have also applied in PGDM in marketing at AUT, which has been accepted? Will this course be benefit me? I was also interested in early childhood studies. Oh my God. I think they're all different. Whatever courses that you're telling me, they're quite different from each other. They're definitely not similar. My suggestion from what you're telling me about your past qualification would be that you go for an MBA. However, Nidhi, it would be better if you speak to the if you can specify who you're currently speaking to, and I can have a look at your profile, and then only I can suggest what would be the best option for you, because PGD in business management, PGDM in marketing, and in early childhood are completely three different categories or areas that you are looking for going in. So I would have to look at your profile to suggest which is which is more suitable for you. However, I would first want you to think about what exactly do you want to do in New Zealand. Where do you see yourself? Which area do you actually see yourself working in? So don't choose something just because it is something that you are supposed to be doing after your certain qualification. Just think about what you want to be, where do you want to work, what do you want to work as, and then probably choose your qualification accordingly. Okay, moving on to the next questions. So Nidhi says that she's in touch with Neha. Neha, if you can just please speak to Nidhi, and in case, just let me know as well after this live session what exactly her profile is. And Nidhi, I assure you that I will get you your query sorted. Next question. A comment is from Ruchika. Good to see you. Thank you, Ruchi. Next question is from Manisha Pankaj Benz, and she says when they will start student visa. Manisha, we don't know right now. We are still waiting to hear from them. The latest information that we have is that they are trying to start at least the entry of the international students by end of this year or early next year. So that is the only information that we have. Apart from that, till the time offshore offices don't open up, I don't think the processing will start. So let's just stay tuned to the news, and hopefully things will fall into place sooner than later. Okay, I think that's the end of this questions on our live on Facebook. Let's go to YouTube and see if I've missed out any questions here. For people who are a bit hesitant on leaving their numbers on our live sessions, you can either drop us your numbers or queries on our Facebook, or you can do one thing is that you can either call us on our toll-free number, which is 1-800-103-6525, or you can leave us an email on info@ajvglobal.com, and I can assure you our team will get in touch with you within 48 hours. So our number is 1-800-103-6525, or our email ID info@agvglobal.com. So please leave us your numbers, your queries here, and our team will get in touch with you. If you are someone who is based in New Zealand, the contact details for New Zealand would be 0800696977. That is our New Zealand toll-free number. And our New Zealand email ID is immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. So these are the contact details for our New Zealand team, and the one that I said before was for our India team. So please reach out to us. and we'll be happy to help you out further. I can't really see any more questions, team, in on either Facebook or YouTube. If I've missed out on any questions, can you please paste it on our group? Okay, so Paul, Nisha confirms that she has sent a follow-up email to Ara. So once we do hear back from them, we will definitely let you know. So just hold on time. They sometimes take a little bit more time than usual. But we do regularly check with them regarding our students' offer letters, updates on them. So just stay in touch with Nisha and she will let you know this, as soon as she hears back from them. Okay, so there was one question about civil engineering somewhere. Someone had asked, and I had not left us the number, but however, I'm just going to go ahead and answer that question because I'm sure a lot of people are interested in that area as well. So the question was from Ayush Mathur, who says, "Can you please tell me about the scope of civil engineering in New Zealand?" Ayush, if you are looking for this, you're looking at working in this area, it's completely the best option to go for. I would definitely give you a go ahead for it. Engineers are quite in demand in New Zealand. They have amazing courses in New Zealand, and you will have no difficulty in finding a job for sure because it's in the long-term skill shortage list. If it's in the long-term skill shortage list, they are looking for people to be employed in that area, so you will face no job shortage. The other thing that is there is that you will also be able to gain points on the basis of this when it comes to your residence stage. So if you're working in the LTSSL, it gives you a lot of advantages in the residence area as well. So if you're looking to be working or studying in this area, please go ahead. Okay, so I don't think we have any more questions. We'll wait for another 2-3 minutes to see if we get more questions. There's a comment from Bhima Singh Pujar, who says, "I've finished data analytics course at MIT level 7. Can you help?" Definitely, we can help, Bhima Singh. Please get in touch with our New Zealand team. If you're based in New Zealand right now, please get in touch with our New Zealand team, and the contact details for them is 0800696977. And I am sure that they can help you out further with your further visas. Okay, I think that's we don't have any more questions coming in. I think people are in their Friday mood today already. While we don't have many questions, we do have a lot of viewers. So I think that I am providing the information, so don't have to ask more questions. I'm assuming that, but let's just hope that's what's happening here. If there are no more questions, I will just end the session. And if you're watching the session or you have joined in the later part of this session and have any questions, please leave us your questions here and we will definitely get them answered for you by one of us. Okay, there is one question that came, which is, got mail from Wintech to defer intake of July. Do I need to opt it? I already got EIP. Srijit, right now, considering that you will not be able to travel in for your course in July, I would suggest that you do defer your intake. And if you've already gotten your AIP, that's completely fine. You can still defer your intake, and we will, once immigration offshore offices open up and we have more clarity on how they will be looking at these various situations where there are a lot of students who have got their e-visas but can no longer go for their courses. They are stuck offshore or are on their AIP stage or are in the processing stage. So once Immigration New Zealand opens up and we have more clarity on that, we'll be able to help you much better. But as of now, considering July intakes are not going to happen, my suggestion to you would be to, if you can defer your intake, that is something that I would suggest you to opt for. Aghila Nishad says, when will they start student visa processing? Aghila, we don't have that information right now. Hopefully, we should hear something sooner, but as of now, we just have to wait for the offshore offices to open up. Okay, I think I have some. Okay. Next question is one more question. Okay. Bhimasen says, please, if you can type in the number. Team, if you can please leave Bhimasen. Just a second, I don't need to do it. Okay, next question from Satpal Singh Rajput. He says, can you help me? Definitely, Satpal. If you're the help that you require is related to migration, we can definitely help you out. Please leave us your question or your number so the team can get in touch with you. Okay, I think there's one or two more questions on YouTube. Okay, there's a question from Vijay Sandhu. He says, please tell me the scope of applied science level 5-6 from Wintech. Vijay, the graduates may be employed in routine operational positions, manufacturing and regulatory industries, fieldwork, research and development. So these would be the areas that you can get employment in. However, I would suggest speak to us in detail so that we can help you out choosing the right course for you. I hope this helps you. And I see that you've left us your number, so that speak to our team once they contact you, and they'll be able to give you much more detailed answers for your queries, which will actually help you choose the right course for yourself. Going on to the next question. Okay, just a second. YouTube seems to be acting up. Okay, one question I've got is from Eddie Joel. He says, I got 2 Canadian rejections. Will it affect on my PR in New Zealand? Eddie, I would first request you to please pass your number so that we can help you out. However, just answering your questions, it depends on what kind of rejection it is. If it is a basic rejections on bona fides or something, that shouldn't have much of an effect on your any visa application. However, if it is something based on your character or if anything else that is not serious, it may have an effect. So actually, I would have to look at your decline letters to be able to tell you how much of an effect it will have on your visa applications to New Zealand. In regarding to points or something, it will not have any effect. But yes, when it comes to processing of visa applications, immigration officers would want to know the reason why you had rejections or and accordingly assess the profile. So my suggestion would be to send us an email with your rejection letters, and maybe we can have a look at it and advise you better. Hope that helps, Eddie. Okay, I just have a message from my team. Just give me a second. We have a question from. So Bimasen says, I will call on Monday. Thank you, Bimasen. We'll wait for your call. Rahul Nair says, hi ma'am, is there any possibility for having November intake? Rahul, the possibility seems a lot lesser than we were thinking before. But I wouldn't say anything because we have any confirmation as of yet. But let's just wait and see what they come up with. But right now, we don't think there is a possibility for a November intake. Amit Sharma says, do we need to accept the offer shared by university for January intake to secure an overseat? Amit Sharma, that would be my ideal advice to you. If that is the course and the university you do intend to go eventually, whenever the borders open up, since please go ahead and secure your seat. You just need to accept the offer letter even if that much is required by the university. Otherwise, if you've got the offer letter, I think you already have secured a seat. However, it depends on when the payment for the course is made, and that stage we reach only once the visa is lodged and you receive an approval in principle. So as of now, if you've got an offer for your course and university, just hold on tight and just wait to hear back from immigration. Next question is from Motaharul Islam. He says, do I need police clearance and medical examination report newly for PGWP despite it is submitted within a year? So the police clearance is usually valid for 2 years. So yes, if it was also after it has been submitted to Immigration New Zealand. So that is valid for 2 years. Medical examination will actually depend on a lot of conditions. If you've traveled to a country which falls under a TB risk country, for how long did you stay in that country? Then you may be required to provide additional chest X-ray. Usually medicals are valid for 3 years once they've been submitted to New Zealand and they've been assessed as acceptable standard of health. So my suggestion to you would be, I gave the contact numbers. I'll repeat them again at the end of this session. Get in touch with us or leave us your number, and I will assess your entire situation and will be able to give you a proper answer. Those all assessments cannot be done on a live session. So my suggestion would be to leave us your number so that we can speak to you about this. Sandun Madhusanka says, can we apply for visitor visa applications to join with my partner these days? Sandun, right now the borders are closed and the visa applications, offshore offices are not working. So these kind of visa applications are not being processed or prioritized. Also, as there are border restrictions, you will not be able to travel as of now. So till the time border restrictions don't easen up or they don't open up the borders entirely, you cannot look at applying visitor visa to travel to New Zealand. Rahul Nair says, thank you, ma'am. When should New Zealand embassy resume in India? Rahul, right now, looking at the conditions, I really don't have a definite answer for you. We can just hope for things to settle down in India so that we can start going back to work as normal. Mm. Okay, going back to YouTube, I'm switching here because some questions are coming there and some questions are coming on Facebook. So let's on YouTube and see if have any questions. Okay, there's a question from Phenomenal India. He says, can you tell the average starting salaries for your own students doing master's degree in computer science? Average starting salaries for your own students. Okay, it's the same question. Right now, median salary that is given on the MBI website is about $65,000. For our students, I will have to get in touch with a couple of students that we can get you that information. But first, I would suggest you speak to our study advisors about this course, and they will be able to tell you the pros and cons of this course. But the average salary that you can look at is about $65,000. I hope that answers your question. There's a question from Edipsion Nikti. He says, helping a friend. He's looking for a farmer short course study like any platform. He can definitely apply from wherever he is. But I would suggest that you suggest your friend to first speak to us about these short courses because they can have a lot of conditions, a lot of pros and cons to them. So I would suggest that they first speak to us and then probably figure out the best way forward. Okay, I think that's the end of questions, y'all, and on YouTube. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat the contact details for all of you again. The India toll-free number is 1-800-103-6525. The email ID that you can drop us an email at is info@ajvglobal.com. Our New Zealand toll-free number is 0800-696977. And the email ID for our New Zealand team is immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. So please feel free to reach out to us. I know in this situation, a lot of people have the same question when the borders are going to open up. So right now, we don't know when are they going to open up, but they're definitely trying out ways to open borders or at least ease out the restrictions for the international students. So let's just stay tuned. Keep tuned to our Facebook page as well, and you will keep on getting all new updates then and there on our Facebook page. So stay in touch. Keep speaking to us. Contact us if you have any queries, and we'll be happy to help you out. If you are someone who has a case that you want to discuss your profile with us in detail, you want to talk to a licensed immigration advisor, you can go on our website and you can book a consultation with one of our advisors, and they can then book an hour consultation with you and advise you on your entire profile, your best pathway forward. And our consultation doesn't end at 1 hour. That appointment may be just for 1 hour, but we will help you after that throughout till the time you do not end up deciding which is the right pathway for you. So we'll be there to guide you till then. So my suggestion would be, if you want to speak to us in detail about your profile, about the situation you're stuck in, book a consultation with us, and I think that will give you a much better idea of what to do going ahead than I can give you right now on a live session, because I really don't know anything about your profile when you're asking questions on a social platform. So go ahead, speak to one of our licensed immigration advisors, book a consultation with them, and I'm sure that you will be much satisfied after that, and will will want to continue working with AGV. So that would be my suggestion to all of you. On an ending note, thank you so much for coming online and asking your questions. It's always fun to be answering and clearing out your queries, and it gives me a satisfaction that at least I was able to help you out, everyone a little bit at least. I will see you again sooner on next Thursday, hopefully with a new topic, new interesting topic for you all. And that's it from my end. Have a great day. Have a nice weekend, all of you, and I will see you soon.